All right, so getting into the music, doing our list, because we love to do lists. Top, we say top 10, but I like to do 5 to 10, because I know some people may not be able to come up with 10 of their own or whatever, but at least 5 songs you can come up with. But we do 5 to 10 songs that describe you, right? So anything about the song describes you. It could be a line in the song and say, hey, yeah, that's me. It could just be it can kind of just be the song, but it fulfills a moment in your life kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So,
for me, let's see.
we're gonna go back and forth. Do you want to do this
We'll go
back and forth?
We'll go back
Okay.
and forth,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll let you go
Make
first.
it interesting.
Yeah.
So for me, I wouldn't want to pertain it down to the songs that they made, but rather than as a group what they brought to the genre. So anything basically done by Outkast, right? All their songs, they brought like a different, it's like a different fresh breath of air. You know what I mean? Like they didn't stick to the norm like this gangster rap, guns, girls, booty shaking.
Yeah.
They brought more of the artistic form of rap to the platform.
Okay.
Right? How they dressed,
Yeah.
how they rap, how they flowed, that sultry type of sound, that jazz mixed with rap type of sound. I liked how they brought forth a different type of hip hop and rap, but it still kept to the core culture. You know what I mean? So really anything done by Outkast to me, Rosa Parks.
All right. Okay. What would be one of your favorite songs from them then? And we can use that as a song. Because I'm like that too. There's certain artists where it's an artist. But you know what? I'll choose a song. But if there was a song that you would say, you know what?
I'd have to go with the Rosa Parks one.
Rosa Parks?
Yeah.
That's your.
It put me in a nice vibe, like when I'm cruising down the street.
So that's your cruise tune. Okay, that's your cruise tune. It would be a cruise tune for you. Okay.
That's for me.
Okay. I got for one of mine. We're going in 1, 2, 3, whatever, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's in order. It doesn't have to be in order. It's just top. Obviously, you know I'm going MJ. I got to go Music and Me. Just the title alone, Music and Me. You know me. I love my music. Yeah. You just listen to the song. Yeah. Everything in the song. That's me. We've been together for such a long time. Now music, and me. Like
that's a perfect representative of you.
That's all I gotta say. We can go on to the next one.
DJ H2O is actually music. That's
there we go.
Next one for me would have to be, and I'm gonna go soft a little bit here, but I like the Will Smith Summertime. Summertime is my favorite season. I love it more than fall, winter, obviously. I love the summer, I love the heat. So summertime.
Drums, I love that song. Please.
I love the heat. So that's another song that did it for me.
You know what? That's on my list. I had it.
Yeah, summertime?
It's not in order. Well, it's 7, but it's not really 7. It's just on my list though. But it's on my list of because I came up with 8. You said you have 5.
Yeah.
So you had 5. I have 8. That was also on my list because just basically because of that. Like that's childhood. You know what I mean? That's our childhood. That's Will, Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince, like
riding on your bike.
That opened summertime.
Summer. Got some girls on the side.
I know there's a date. They say
ice cream truck rolling by.
June, whatever is the official date. No, when you start bumping summertime, that's the official date of okay, summer has officially begun. We can kick off summer.
And remember, we live in a country where
summer literally is just like
it's only 2 months,
if that.
Once it hit like 10, 11 degrees.
Oh, it's summertime.
Summertime. Doesn't matter if it was in June or July.
It doesn't matter. It could be February. If there's a hot day in February and it says it's 15 today,
it's summertime.
Summertime. All right. We got another one for you.
Go ahead. Oh, my turn?
You know what? I'll go.
All right, go ahead.
Got another MJ.
Okay.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
Because that's one. It is one of my favorites. One of my favorite songs. Probably that and Music and Me are my top 2 Michael Jackson songs. So I had to put that on there. And just that song alone, the vibe of it and everything, the samples, it's just that's just me. That's my vibe. That's my vibe that I can't help it.
Okay.
That's just.
You can't really lose attention. Like no one can disagree. Like, if it's Michael Jackson,
like literally, all 10 songs would be Michael Jackson. You know that for me. But I can't do it. It's not. That's no fun.
And let's be honest. A lot of us have a little bit of MJ in us. Like you know what I mean. There could be. Listen, there's one track that we can all pull from MJ's. Like you know what? I'm gonna bump this during the summer. You know what I mean? That's who he was. Like he was a GOAT. Good. Next for me would be Nas I Can.
Okay.
Love that track.
Interesting.
It's
Okay.
very motivational.
Yes, it is.
For me, it gave me the sense that you can really accomplish anything. You can do anything you put your mind to. The chorus, I know I can
I know I can
be what I want to be.
be what I wanna be.
You listen to that track over and over and over again, it'll motivate you to do something.
Just even the beat alone, everyone knows that.
Trust me.
Everyone knows that. And you heard that, like,
The
what?
piano,
Yep.
So
That's
the track
crazy.
I Can by Nas is definitely a motivational song for me when I was growing up. I'm pretty sure for others out there too.
Oh yeah. So that's 3, right? You have?
I got
All right,
three.
going to 4.
Yep.
I'll start this one because I have more than you.
Mhm.
Okay, this is more of an updated song, but if I give you the title, maybe that might. It's a Glenn Lewis track.
Mhm.
It's not. He's on the track. I can't remember. I apologize. I can't remember the group. Like he's featured in the song. It's like a group that makes beats, and then I think they just have artists sing on the song. So he was working with them. I can't remember the name of the group. I apologize. But he's the artist singing on it, and the song's called 1995.
That sounds
Alone.
familiar.
He's talking about 1995, certain thing, what the feel of that, having the pager, you know what I mean? And one of the lines is when I call, if you answer the phone, that meant you were home. Because that's what you're calling, right? You're calling landline, so I know you're home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not where are you? What are you doing? Nah. You answered? I know, you're home. Cool. What are we doing? You know what I
Talk
mean?
about being nostalgic. Like none of us really have adapted to this new age. Everything that we bring up, any topic that we bring up, it's always let's revert back to how it was back in the day.
Oh yeah, it was. It has to be. I'm sorry.
We're a bunch of old school heads, yo. Sorry.
It's too fast now. Nowadays it's too fast. It's
Good
too
choice,
fast.
though. Good choice. I like that.
Yeah.
choice.
I'll let you go for a 4th for you.
All right, for me, my next one would have been the song called Renegade by Jay-Z and Eminem. I love that track.
Funny, I did a mix with Renegade, that beat, and a Glenn Lewis, Don't You Forget It.
Oh, I need to hear
together.
that. I need to hear
That's why I
that.
played it for you.
I need to hear that.
Okay.
That would sound wicked. But for me, it just encompasses going against the grain, like being your own person, being comfortable with who you are, and not really adapting to what society wants you to be. And I think that's what the track Renegade really encompassed. And the reason why I specifically like that track, because Jay-Z and Eminem, you could tell like they were battling, going against each other. You know what I mean? Even though they
weren't, they were.
Yeah, even though they collaborated on the song, you can tell that it was a silent battle between the two. But even if you look at how their careers panned out, they're individuals. Eminem has his own lane. Jay-Z has his own lane. And I think that's what the song Renegade was about, creating your own lane and being comfortable in it. So that's something that I pulled from the song that I would like to encompass in my life growing up. So Renegade for me did it. What you got?
Okay. This one I'm going to pull out. I'll go with The Brat. Funkified, her first track. Baptized in the funk.
Okay. Question for you.
Gotta go for the first female artist, rap artist, go platinum. She was on My Boys. Oh, that's another song I had to put on here for you guys. Crisscross. I also got them on here. Those are my boys. I had to put Tonight's Tonight. But she was also on their second album. She raps on there too. So she's affiliated with My Boys and stuff. So I gotta give the Brat props, man.
I was about to say that, yeah.
I was like, she was able to get the respect from both sides, from males, females, and she didn't have to. She was a tomboy, and you allowed it. Like you didn't look at it as like, oh, she's gay, or is she this, or is she that? It's just, she can spit. She's nice. She wasn't ugly. She didn't, you know what I mean? Like, but then. The awards.
Yeah.
You remember that one? When she came out in that one piece white?
Yeah. Question for you.
And mans were like, the Brat? That's the Brat? Like you can see, if you pay attention, you can see even when she was dressed in her baggy pants, the bandana. Look at her and you're like,
I got a lot of guys who are saying, come to the other team now. You're ready. Come to the other team. Question for you, though. Got a question for you. Do you think the Brat hasn't received the flowers that she's deserved?
Publicly, no, I don't think she has.
But in the industry,
She
you think
doesn't
has?
get, she doesn't get, like, she gets her name maybe thrown in there after. Maybe someone might come along and be like, yo, what about the brat or what about this? But yeah, when they talk about the female MCs and you hear like, and they deserve them, right? Like, obviously they deserve it. Kim, going back to Latifah,
To
MC
me,
Light,
WA.W.G is up there.
like, but
Personally.
I even think Digga gets thrown in, would be in like a situation like this. Like, it would have to be someone like you that would come along. But most of the time, you don't hear her name. If someone would say, okay, name your top 5 female rappers,
Lauryn Hill.
she's not getting put in there, right? No, from you. But I mean, if you go into the general public, they're gonna hear Nicki Minaj,
And why?
Cardi B,
And why?
Little Kim,
And why? Because how they showcase themselves, you know what I mean?
and they were promoted more. Like, you can say, if you go to older heads, maybe you'll say MC Light, Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper, and Queen Latifah wasn't the thing either, right? But as I said, I think the brat's name should be, as you're saying, she should be put in there. Digga should be put in there because Digga was nice, and she didn't market herself as sexy, but you saw a little bit of it in her. But that wasn't her main focus or anything. And the brat, that was not her focus at all. That's how you knew when she was respected or spoken about. It was about bars. It wasn't just, if someone brought up the brat's name, you knew it was because of bars, not because you just like because sex appeal and all that.
Good point. Very good point.
That came late. That came later. She already garnered respect from people when she came out in the awards looking like that, right? She's just trying to show, listen, see, I can do this too.
If I want to.
And I'll spit. And she still spit hard. She didn't come soft either.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry to go off topic.
No, that's fine. It's still on topic. It's still on music.
Is it my pick or yours?
I did.
Remember, you have a lot, so.
Yeah, like I said, crisscross. And like for you, when you said Outkast, you can go any song. Crisscross, you can go any song.
Yeah.
Obviously, jump, whatever. But my favorite one is Tonight's the Night, because that's that jazzy, mellow. I'll bump that at any time. That's that Jeep, like you ride around, you know what I mean? I picture a Jeep riding around, you just.
Let me ask you a question. Why did Crisscross fall off? Because I don't know the ins and outs in it, but why do you think they didn't have a longer career? What happened?
People weren't. I think it was the kid thing. I think there might have been a transitioning happening with the kind of raps that they had. There wasn't.
Do you think it was because they were kids, they were limited?
They were growing, because when they came out, they were what, 12, 13. So yeah,
they were limited to what they can rap or roll.
Yes and no, because remember, they didn't write there. JD was writing the raps. They talked about what happened in the hood and stuff, but they didn't talk like they were the gangbangers. This is what they see, right? They have a song called Boys in the Hood. They're talking about what's going on and what they see. So they have a song called It's a Shame that it explains what goes on in the hood, what they see, and all that stuff. So I honestly, I don't know. I think it might have just been a transitioning of the certain artists coming in, right? And maybe there was the gang, that gangster era was coming in, and they weren't gangster.
Okay.
So that kind of fell off a little bit. With their third album, they what's it called? Young, Rich, and Dangerous. There was a little more of a.
You're like an encyclopedia.
Of a little bit of a gangster feel, or like a mafia type style. Because even one of the videos, they had the fedora, had the black and white, the casino type. They had that stuff, so they were kind of doing that. But at that point, that's the same album that has Tonight's the Night on it. At that point, they weren't they weren't known as, they weren't looked at and really that big. Like, you were fans knew their shit. Fans knew their stuff. I knew about it, whatever. So they kind of went that route, and then probably just life. Like, they were just probably didn't want to be in the music no more, or life was just happening and stuff like that. But like I said, that's my number one all-time group, duo, whatever you want to say. It's them, and then it's the Locks for groups and stuff like that. And I'm gonna put this out there on my bucket list. I want to interview Chris Smith, the remaining member of Crisscross. I want to do an interview with him somehow, some way.
TJ, boss man, make it happen.
I'm not saying he has to make it.
He's already on the phone.
Okay.
He's already on the phone.
I got him. I got those ATL connections.
He looked at him and said, yeah, I got you.
No, but yeah. Okay.
Throw Rihanna and Beyonce in there too.
So we had 4 songs, right? We did
Yeah.
so far. Okay.
One more for me?
You said you had 5, so yeah, that'd be one.
This is
more
my
for
last
you.
one, yes.
Okay. No problem. Go ahead. What's your fifth?
The one tune that I bumped back in the day that I really liked was The Watcher. It was on Dre's album.
Yeah, I know.
It had that 007 beat. Ding, ding.
Oh, yeah, dude. This is a 2 watchers?
There's 2 versions.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when you're talking about the
Listen, for you guys that don't know that song,
I remember you bumping that back then. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember you were on that track. That was your tune.
the reason why I like it is because I'm more of an observer. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, like I do talk a lot when I want. I do write a lot when I want. But for the majority of the part, even when I'm at work, at my day job, I watch and I see what's going on around me. I like to observe my surroundings. I like to see how people move. And I think that's what The Watcher kind of encompasses, what Dre sees as he watches the rap game and the world evolve around him. He's like to see what's going on, and he adapts accordingly. So to me, that song stuck out for me. And the beat's tough, so The Watcher, Dre.
Okay.
That's it for me, bro.
That's right. Yeah, I think I gave you the 5, which I said Music and Me, Tonight's Tonight, I Can't Help It, 1995, Funklified. Now, okay, I actually gave you more. I said Summertime was on there, so that gave 6. So I have 2 more to give you. So this one, this one goes back to my first celebrity crush. When I was a little youngin', you know, and I saw this fair-skinned, beautiful-looking lady. I just wanted to make her forever my girl, and I knew we had opposites attract. And then later on in life, she became a judge. And people thought she was crazy, but I don't care. I still love her.
A judge.
My girl forever, Paula Abdul.
Oh my gosh. Paula Abdul, really?
Forever. That was
I don't know.
first crush back in the day, dog.
I don't like making fun of people's physicality, but I couldn't get past the kind of bobblehead that she had.
Yeah, but you're talking about now. That's later. No, back in that, who do you think she was giving dance routines to? She was a Laker girl, eh? You remember that?
Wasn't she correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't she do
Choreographed for Janet.
didn't she do a stint on In Living Color? Maybe?
That's J-Lo.
No,
J-Lo
but
was in Living Color.
are you
Paula
sure
Abdul, I
those-
think, did a stint on
okay,
Living
okay,
Color.
okay,
No. J-Lo came from Living Color. But
Yeah, Paula Abdul's a goat. She's a goat.
Paula Abdul, that was my girl. So that describes me as in my first crush. So I'd have to put her on there because that was it. And then I moved on to then she crushed my heart by marrying was it Emilio Estevez. I told her, don't do it. You're not gonna be happy.
You punk Emilio, we're coming for you.
I told you and they ended eventually. I already moved on. I told her, I'm sorry, baby. I had to move on. I had to move on to my other.
I'm pretty sure she thinks about you though.
One day.
Check
Want to
your-
interview there too. That's interview
check-
number 2. I got you, Paula.
Check your Emerson and your Yahoo email. She probably sent you a DM.
Hey man, hey, listen. When people were saying, "Oh, she looks crazy, she's acting crazy," that was just even more of an invite for me. That turned me on even more. I want that crazy Paula. Okay, well, I don't know what was in that can that she was drinking, but hey, keep drinking it, baby. And the last one, well, this is kind of a trio. So it's Just a Second by Choclair, Get At Me Dog DMX, and Still Not a Player, Big Pun, the remix one with Joe on it.
Okay.
Why? Because those were the first 3 records that I bought myself. They weren't my dad's, they weren't my cousin's. I went to the record store with my cousin, I think at the time. He bought his, and then I said, you know what, let me start making my own collection. And those were the 3 that I first ever bought, and I would mix back and forth with them and have my fun with them, blah, blah, blah.
You know what I always want to ask you?
Those are my 8 songs that describe me. There's more, but
You know what I want to ask you?
yeah.
If you were to pick, I know we would say one album, but if you were to pick one album that you would want to leave your mark on, like you would remix it from start to finish.
Like a whole album, or you just mean a song?
Yeah. No, the whole album.
The whole album.
So almost like what, I hate to bring the man's name up right now, but if you were like gonna Diddy.
Like a Diddy remix album, or even JD did that, a remix album.
Cool,
Yes,
cool.
I hear you.
If you were to remix a whole album to your likeness, what would it be?
See, it's a tough question because that would mean, okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, because I already like the album,
Yeah,
so
you
it wouldn't
like
be
the
me
album.
changing it to what
You
I
change
like.
it,
But I
yeah.
get what you're saying. I like it, but let me put my twist on it.
That's right.
And what, yeah, you know me. I'll avoid it. You all know what I'm gonna say. That one album I have to do off the wall. Anything that comes with album will be an off the wall. But let me be different and choose another album. Shoot, that's actually a good one.
We could come back to it.
Yeah, I might have to come back.
Okay, we'll come back to that one.
Just because off the wall, like I love what it is, and I would just love to
I'll tell you this.
a twist with hip hop beats.
Knowing you, that would be fire.
Switch the acapellas
That would be
with different
fire.
beats. Yeah,
That would be fire.
I would love to do that.
That would be fire. That'd be fire. All right, is that it for music? Or we got something else?
I think, yeah. Yeah. On my end, I got another question after, but if you got a hot one.
Do you got anything for music or no?
Oh, I found a track that I can play you the mix that I was telling you about.
Okay.
Hold on. It should be here. Let me get to my library thingy-majiggy.
So I do have another music type of topic, but it's also tied into relationship-wise. So we'll see where we can go with that when you're ready. That sounds like The Watcher.
No, that's Renegade.
Oh, sorry, Renegade. Sorry. Oh, that's fire. You did this?
It's a long time. Since we were living in a building.
That sounds sweet. That's fire. You need to come up with another mixtape, bro.
I know.
No, you need to come up with an ASAP. You need to come up with one by the end of this week.
I don't even have.
You need to promote that on the next one.
I'm trying.
No, not trying, yo. The game misses, yo. You need to come up with something right away.
Oh,
we need.
I know. I get.
We need a summertime DJ H2O flow.
I'm seeing all these like the TikTok DJs doing the remixes, this and that. And
listen,
like,
you guys.
I need to get in there.
You guys couldn't hold.
I need to get myself back in there, man. I came up too early. I came out too early. That one right in front of you. I came out too early.
All you TikTokers, you guys couldn't hold a candle to this man right here.
Too early. I came out too early.
If he
I need to be younger.
If he ever enters the game back, this will be like Undertaker coming and taking up all these old ass wrestlers.
I'm a mixed DJ. I'm not a scratch guy.
Whatever. The game needs you.
All right.
All right. Music wise, this one really isn't solely on music, but it's also tied into your relationship, right? So I didn't give you a heads up yesterday because I wanted to catch you on the spot.
Yeah, that's what I told you. Leave one available.
All right. So, maybe I did. I think I did send this to you. There's another one that I want to catch on the spot.
Okay.
But this one, what 3 songs would you pick to put you and your lady in the mood?
Oh, well, I'm not really a music guy to put me in the mood for that.
Mm-hmm. Not that you need music.
I know what. I'd leave it up to her.
Leave it up to her?
For that one, for the mood, yeah, because she's more of her thing is all like slow jams. That's her main thing is slow jams. So that, yeah, I'd have to leave it up to her. I don't know, because I don't know. Like this, and you can go anywhere. I'm gonna let you go. Do you got something already? You got one? Because I don't know. There's different songs you can go through depending on what's going on to lead into the mood, what we're doing beforehand, you know. But
to put her in the mood. Actually, think about it. Just
go R&B, yeah.
R&B. It'd have to be R&B.
Yeah. I don't know if
it could be rap.
I don't know if I'd go slow jam, right? But as you talked about last episode, that would be the R&B rap, the "You're All I Need" type of song. I'd get that to get in the mood because it has me, it has what you know what I mean? And then you still got the R&B flair, but you still got the, all right, girl, you still feel kind of hood. Yeah. But something like that, one of those type of songs, I'd probably do to put in the mood.
Gotcha. To put her in the mood, I actually didn't come up with my answer. Let's do up the topic. My first one that would come off the top of my head. Oh, you know which track I like? The song by Chris Brown. I forgot the title of it, but it's a song that goes, Robotussin? What is it called? Robotussin. I think that's how it goes. I don't know what it's gonna be right now.
That's stomach medicine, yo.
Whatever it is. You guys know what song I'm talking about.
Yeah, you Chris Brown fans, but no, I don't know.
You know what? Another good one by Chris Brown is Heat. I don't know if you guys know that song. I'll take that one to get her in the mood.
I'll let her deal with the mood. I got other things for the mood.
Another one. Now this is my favorite. Let me move this across. This is my favorite.
What are you gonna do?
This is my favorite. No. This is my favorite. Another one to get in the mood.
This guy.
MC Hammer. Too legit to quit.
Yes.
Yo, I'm coming in the bathroom. I'm coming in the room like this. Too legit to quit. Too legit. Yo,
Hey.
that describes the.
I mean, there you go. You're letting her know.
When you're ready for a recession, you put in Too Legit to Quit by MC Hammer.
This guy said, I'm gonna let her know.
Let her know.
We're
Yeah, we ain't quit. We lost
We're
it.
lasting. Okay, that's just to put her in the mood.
You don't think that would put them in the mood? Too Legit
Guy's
to
gonna
Quit?
go light the candles.
I'm coming in. Listen.
The guy's gonna light the candles, have the incense going.
I'm coming in with the pants. I'm coming with the chain.
So they're like, hey baby.
You know what else I'm coming in with?
Let's do this.
You know what else I'm coming with? You know what else I'm coming in with?
Yeah, I hear that. That will work still.
The haircut.
Oh, this guy's gonna have
The slant.
This
Yeah.
guy's gonna have the Gumby.
I don't know where I'm gonna get that from, but I'll find it.
Then you gotta rock the Bobby Brown. You gotta tell her every little step I take.
You know this.
Or even Tenderoni. Ooh, there you go. Bobby Brown, Tenderoni.
Gotcha.
I could use that. Tenderoni. All right, we're good. All right, next one.
Definitely get them in the mood.
Hint of what you want. A hit of what you want. What do you mean? Sexualize again?
Yeah.
Perfect song. Perfect song. What's the group? Silk? Freak me, baby. Oh, yeah. Let me lay you up and down till you say stop. There you go. Hint of what you want. I don't know how much more of a hint you want.
Okay.
Or Aquanelli, put it in your mouth. You can play both of them. And you're both satisfied. One get licked, one gets sucked. There you go.
I got you.
That's how I look at it.
There's another along those lines, but this just came to the top of my brain too. And no pun intended when I said top of my brain. But the song by Luda. I was getting
some. That's a hint too.
That's a hint.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna slap in the face.
Or even his. What's your fantasy?
That's another good one.
Here you go. There's a ton of songs.
a ton of them.
To hint what you want. Some just blatant. It's not even a hint. It's just blatant. Some of them.
And for females, like, what would you guys think? Like, give us your input. I mean, from a female's perspective.
But the silk would work, right? I'm saying to the female, let me lick you up. So the girls can play that too. You know what I mean? They can play any Kim song.
Good choice. You know what a good one too? Midnight Special.
Red. TLC? Yep.
That's for the
Midnight
ladies.
Special. Yeah, that's a good one too.
There's such a long library of songs that R&B has that could put them in the mood.
That's enough.
This is why country, for all you country lovers, what country songs put people in the mood?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. But we don't. That's the thing. I'm not into. So I'm not even gonna say there isn't. I'm pretty sure there's a good amount that can get them in the mood for that. Remember, that's a different style. It's a different lifestyle atmosphere, right?
My bad. I just don't see.
I'm pretty sure there is. That getting them, in, you sit her on that nice pile of hay, and you got her ready. You know what I mean?
Yo, the barn door is open still. All right.
That describes your romantic session. I don't know. Describe the session. I don't know. Might have to play some jigger. Doom, doom, look at your hands up. 6 a.m. I'll be kicking her out. There's a session. You know what I'm saying? Now, describe the session. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
That's a describe the session.
One came to my mind, but it depends how you may perceive it. Now, if you're an asshole, F you, right? I was gonna say Michael Jackson. You know I'm bad. You know what I mean?
Now your butt is mine. It was. It was mine.
No, I'm paid. I'm paid. No, some people might say, yeah, kind of slacking it. No, I'm bad, like I'm wicked. Bad. I think that's my choice.
You might play some NSYNC. Gone.
It's gone.
Now it's gone. It's gone?
You
Now
know,
you
I
need to
forgot
be
about
gone.
that song. That's a classic song, actually.
All
I
right.
like that one.
Oh, and it says here, okay, what's your, okay, now go to your last one. What's your last one that you have for me?
You sure you want me to spit this out now? Or you want to wait till the end, to the very end?
I don't know what it's pertaining. Okay, it's up to you. It's up to you. I don't know what it's pertaining to.
So
does it blend with what we're doing now, or is it just something totally off that you want it? You want this for the last thing? 'Cause you're scaring me. So
I'm scaring you?
You're scaring me. I'm just wondering what's this guy
All right,
pertaining
so you got a scenario.
Okay, before we go to that, I have one more thing. Which is
go
way
ahead.
off top. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to again, basically, kind of back in the day. Okay, so you know how shows now they're kind of redoing shows, or they either remake the show or like continue it or make a whole new version. Well, okay. Basically, the question is, to you, what is the greatest? Okay, what is the greatest TGIF series? For those who don't know what TGIF is, okay, TJ's laughing. So we don't know what that is. That was for the '90s growing up, the greatest time on TV in life for a kid on Friday nights. 8 to 10 o'clock was your TGF lineup, right? You had Family Matters, Full House,
To me, you can't.
Perfect Strangers.
To me, you can't be Martin.
Step by Step, that was not part of TGIF.
No?
No, Martin was on its own day. You will not put Martin on TGIF. That is not a family show. Okay? Martin was not a family show.
Run the list one more time.
So these were some of the shows, okay?
Yeah.
It was, main ones, okay, it was Family Matters, Full House, Step by Step, Perfect Strangers. There was a couple that came in and out throughout the years. But I think those were kind of mean. Did Boy Meets World do TGIF?
Yeah.
Boy Meets World, and yeah, I think those were the ways. So like Mason Man was kind of probably Family Matters, Full House, Boy Meets World, Step by Step, Perfect Stranger.
For me, I was a Full House fan.
Okay,
Love
so
Full House.
I'll just get to it. That was my main thing. I was gonna say, is Full House the greatest TGIF series? I think I'll say it is. It may not be someone's favorite, but I think it is because have you taken in the newer series, Fuller House?
No. My daughter has. Pelia has.
Listen, out of all the shows that people try to remake and redo or do a continuation, a spin-off, this is the best one because it is. You can have your kids watch it. You can watch it with her and still feel like you're watching Full House because it's the exact same thing just for this generation.
Really? So it kind of like mixes the two generations together?
Yeah.
Makes sense?
They do, but it's exactly what we had. The storyline, who's who, is what they have now. So it's like Danny, who you know who Danny is now, is DJ. She's Danny.
Oh, okay.
She's well clean. She has 3 kids, 3 boys. Danny had 3 girls. The husband passed away. The mother passed away. So then they have now Stephanie, which is sister, came to live with her.
Okay.
Which is Uncle Jesse. She's Uncle Jesse because she's a star. She's a rock star.
Yeah.
She's a DJ. Yeah. She's DJs, which is funny because her DJ name is what? DJ something. I don't know. It's funny. It's like DJ. It was funny, whatever it was. But she's Uncle Jesse because she has no kids. Later on, that happened. But she has no kids. She's her own. She's a star, which is what Uncle Jesse was. And Kimmy, which is her best friend, is Joey. She's the goofy one.
Oh, okay. So what they did is basically they took the old school characters and made them into different characters, but kept the same type of traits.
Yes, same storyline.
Okay.
The same day. People took over whoever is who,
Gotcha.
right?
I got you.
But Kimmy has her own family and stuff like that. So she doesn't live in the house. Well, you got to watch it and all that, right? But it's the same thing. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I watched it and I'm like, yo, I enjoyed it just as much as you enjoy Full House. You can watch them all through, and there's a connection because they do bring back Uncle Jesse. Even Aunt Becky's in there before all the school stuff that
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Before all that, she was in there and all that. Uncle Joey comes back. They even bring back some of the kids characters, like some of the ones that I don't know if you remember. There was a Asian guy that used to follow Stephanie. He was like her best friend for a little bit. He was in a couple episodes, whatever. They brought him back. Some of the people that DJ dated, and there's brought him. So they give you the nostalgia of bringing him back. And then Joey, well, not Uncle Joey, just called him Joey, whatever. He's back, and Bob Saget, rest in peace. Before he passed away, he was on there too. So they had them all in for the first episode. Yeah. The first season, you'd see them, but then you'd see them less and less. Yeah. Right, but then every now and then they come back. Yeah, right. Like they didn't dominate it even in the beginning. Like the first episode, they're just there just so everyone would be like, "Woo!" You see them come out or whatever and stuff like that.
You know, I'm kind of on the fence when it comes to bringing back old characters into newer versions of the same show, because I'm thinking, okay, are they going to be as funny? Are we going to laugh about the same jokes? You're kind of scared thinking that they're not going to live up to the same expectations or standards that they lived up to back then. So you don't want them to feel. For example, just throwing an intro out there. If they were to bring back Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right?
They did.
Just an example. Just an example.
But like, if they try to bring it like how it was before, not the dark side thing they did. Okay,
that's
right. All right.
You kind of like. I'm anticipating it. I want it to happen. But say this newer generation doesn't appreciate their comedic artistic level that they had back then. Like they don't see it the same way that I do.
And that's the thing. You'd have to do that. You'd have to relate to now, but which kind of give this. You can still have storylines the same. Like you still have the same kind of issues. It's just maybe dealt with differently, right? You still have you still have drugs. You still things about drugs. You're just not going to do it the same way you did it, like we did. You're not going to have there's a PSA and hey, don't do drugs. You're going to have to come different. Yeah. You're going to have to do a little different. You might have to do something with Instagram or whatever, social media. Like you just have to do it differently in a sense to bring it. But I get what you're saying with bringing back certain characters and being the same way. Yeah. You got to do it. You got to bring them back, and that's what Fuller House did. They brought them back, but not to be in it the whole time. It's a quick bam. Oh, remember, they'll do whatever it was that they were popular for then.
That's right.
Give you that nostalgia, and then we're done with the show.
See, but that leads into my point. Like you don't want to hurt the original characters. What they brought to the table. So that's why when you said they brought them back, made them have an appearance. And slowly they panned out of the show, so it kept the integrity of who that character was.
Because that's who they are. They didn't try and be like who they were then. Like even with Danny, like he wasn't like you still see a little bit of the, how he was a clean freak, whatever. Like you still see a little bit of that, but he wasn't exactly that. You can see he was a little more calmed down with it a little and stuff like that. Like it was passed on to the kids now. They took over. So they'd come back. It was more just to see them make the little appearance. But even like people who weren't main characters that maybe showed up in a few episodes, but maybe the friends of the kids and you remember them. Yeah, they came back. There was a one guy that Kimmy dated and he would be like, whatever. That was his line. He came back, said the 1, 2 words and then whatever.
See, that
everyone cheered, everyone loved it. Yeah. That was it. They didn't bring him again for another episode. None of that. It was just that.
And they stuck to it.
Because it was a high school reunion for that episode. So that would be perfect to do that, right? You bring back them. They say they want to. A couple of people that DJ dated. And that was it. They didn't come up again in the show. They left it. And they stuck with the script, whatever. So I think it could work. Yeah. I think those stuff could work. You just have to keep it, as you said, don't try and make it like back then. You bring up elements from then to get the people who watched it then, so then they can even explain to the younger generation, back then this person did it, and they'll be like, oh, okay. Yeah. And they may even go back and watch the stuff then, right?
To go along and continue with the answer to your question, I would like to see Family Matters
There was talks of that.
Yeah, I think for the world, just for the way that the culture is right now in the world, how it is right now, that'd be a perfect show to bring back now.
Yeah, but what would you do with that? Because you
Talk
got to
more.
think about how it ended too, right? Because how it ended, I didn't finish off watching Family Matters.
So Family Matters to me, even just listen to the title. It's a show that dwelled or talked a lot about morals, integrity.
Yeah,
I think you could bring that show in right now and just use current situations, current things that are happening in the world and talk about, okay, how is this moral wise, or how would you approach the situation now as opposed to how you did it back then? I still think that there's an avenue and there's space for a show of that type.
the only thing with Family Matters is it was like Urkel-ish. It was Urkel. It kind of got to where it's just about Urkel and his antics and stuff like you can change, you can get into a family thing, but how it originally started, what they wanted, it didn't end up that way with the show because he got so popular. Because remember, Urkel was supposed to be a one episode. It wasn't even, he wasn't supposed to be anything about the show.
Yeah,
and he just got popular and big. No, but that's what people are going to tune in. You need them to tune in. What you want is like the family aspect, yes.
Yes.
But when people hear it, that's what they're going to think is Urkel. His antics, that stuff, that's what they're going to think. And they may not tune in. They'll tune in maybe just to see it and see what he does. But again, if they don't catch it and do it the way you're trying to, how you want it to be about family and stories and stuff like that, it could fail because people might just tune in to see Urkel do his thing and then I do that. And then after that, they might be, okay, I'm done. I just want to see that one time, move off and think. And that's why I think the reason why, go back to it, Full House worked was because, yes, and the twins weren't even in it. The twins aren't in Full House, Fuller House. Yeah. They have they're not apparent, they mentioned them.
No offense, but they scare me.
Right. They mentioned them, but there's nothing about them, and you don't miss them. You don't miss them watching Fuller House.
Essentially, didn't they make this
is what I'm saying, though. They did, but again, they had so many storylines that, remember, when she started, she was a baby. So you're not doing much with her. She can't speak. She couldn't talk. So you developed all your other characters. You developed Stephanie, DJ, Danny, Jesse, and all of them before Michelle became a star. So you attached yourself to them. So she just came into it and was like, oh, okay. Oh, I see. But you related and you got along with the other people because you knew their stories. With others, when you just make it, like if they started it and just made her the focus and she was able to speak and do everything, that's different. Everyone would just pay attention to her.
So then why do you then?
Because Urkel,
you kind of contradict.
Urkel could work. Urkel can work, right? But later on, but there is no other storylines for those other, like everything pertained to Urkel, right? Laura, Urkel, Eddie. Okay, Eddie had a little storyline, but what real basis did Eddie have? All you knew about Eddie was he dated girls. That's it.
Okay, so what about?
So there was no real thing. They got rid of the daughter. You didn't even know. She went upstairs, never came back, never spoke about another child.
Okay, so what about the remake of the Fresh Prince? Because you could say the same argument for the Fresh Prince. Everything evolves around Will.
But Hillary, Hillary had another side to her. You saw that. She got married. They did develop something. The only one really, Ashley, they kind of tried to do stuff with
Ashley
her.
Was hard.
Right? Yeah. They couldn't do nothing really with Nikki because he was still a kid. But you had Carlton and Will. So you had two guys you can run off with Carlton because he made himself an own character. Yeah. Some people like Carlton more than Will. If you look at Urkel, it was all Urkel.
Gotcha.
It was Urkel. A storyline was behind Urkel. Anything that happened, something stupid happened, it was Urkel. Yeah, you might have branched off a little bit and had something separate from him, but no one really paid attention to that, right? And they tried doing it. Family Matters was supposed to be without Urkel. They had a few episodes he wasn't in it and it was struggling. Mind you, there were other shows like that too. Full House was the same thing. They kind of showed in the beginning, but they found something and they ran with it before Michelle blew up. Yeah. Urkel was all Urkel. Urkel kind of saved them, right? Michelle didn't save Full House. She just came and helped push it. And as I said, when you watch Fuller House, you don't miss her. And that's what makes it great about it. You don't miss her. And that's what you got to look at with the shows. If you take out the star, whoever became the star, could you make that show go? Could you have stories? Can you tell stories? And you can do that with Full House.
Yeah.
Because remember, Michelle was still just a little girl when they ended. The last episode, she had some amnesia or whatever it was. So she was still small. So you don't have nothing to like go back and be like, okay, well, we're continuing now. She was a kid.
Yeah.
She was grown. Urkel's grown when they ended. So you got to run with that. But like I said, with the Full House, you don't miss her. So they were able to tell different stories and all of that stuff and keep your attention with that.
And sitcoms alone is such a hard thing to prolong. You know what I mean? Especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
With streaming services,
Reality,
with
everyone
reality
wants
TV
reality
shows. Sitcom is its own little, to me, I think it's a, I want to say it's a, I don't want to say it's a dying breed, but it kind of is. You know what I mean? It is a dying breed. It's not like back in the day where as soon as we finished school,
it died off.
Yeah, as soon as, but
Not dead, but
back in the day when we finished school or finished work, whatever the case may be, we'd run home to watch these sitcoms, or we'd stay up late at night, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
TGIF Fridays, you know what I mean? Or Saturday evenings, we'd stay up to watch these shows. Unfortunately, if you were to come up with a sitcom today, it's like, if you're not
They start to go to Netflix.
there you go. You know what I mean? It's like if you're not entertained right away, or if there's,
and you got so many to compete against.
yeah, it's a hard genre to keep on and for it to flourish because there's so much competition out there right now.
And that's the thing too. Without TV, like back in the day, you knew what day your show was on. You knew, okay, Monday, Fresh Prince, Blossom, or whatever it is you watched after Fresh Prince. Well, you know, Monday was Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Sunday was Simpsons, Married with Children, In Living Color way back before those ones even popped up. But Sunday even had their time. Monday had time. Mm-hmm. Tuesday, I think, might have been like Home Improvement at 8 or something. Like Tuesday was whatever. Wednesday was the 90210 type of crowd and the Melrose Place, those ones. Thursday was Martin, Living Single, New York Undercover. That was my lineup right there, B. 8 to 10 was solidified for me, right?
You're missing a good show. You're missing VIP.
Yep.
Which VIP?
VIP.
Pamela?
Anderson.
What do you mean? I was watching that. Yes, I was watching it for Pamela. I don't care what anyone says. You know you are. But that's another one. They had some storylines on that too. There's plenty of shows we're missing. There's plenty of shows. I know. There's nothing we're missing. But you had your days and you knew what day. Friday was just TGIF. Done.
Yeah, I'm just, while you guys are talking, I'm just thinking like, what is there out there right now?
Nothing, because there's a streaming service. It's at any
but
time.
but even on the streaming services, like what shows? Because there's such a multitude and like it's an ocean of fish of shows. Yeah. So how do you stick to one show or one sitcom? Say, you know what, you guys need to catch on this. Back in our day, even though we just listed off a lot, it's still like a small group into comparison to what's out there right now.
And it was one day and it was one episode that day every week.
Yeah.
There wasn't, okay, I'll watch it tomorrow, I'll watch it the next day. You watched it. If you missed it, if you didn't have your VCR set up to record it, you were missing it. Or you had lucked out when they were running repeats and you catch it. You might watch it, look at your TV guide. Yes, we had a guide that told us the time, the day, and it described what the episode you might watch. So if you can catch it, knowing when they run the repeats, you go through it, you look, ooh, okay. If they put a description, now you know. If they didn't, you just have to remember and tune in, and hopefully it was the episode you didn't see. Like, you have to put in work back in the day to watch TV. And
if you weren't going to be in front of your TV at that point, you had to schedule your VCR. Ain't no such thing. What do the youngins call it now? PVR or even past PVR right now?
Yeah, they don't even. They're still there, but it's YouTube.
Shout out to all the people that still have VCRs, if you still have them.
I got one upstairs.
You still have it?
I don't use it, but I got it.
Listen, 20, 30 years from now, they're going to be vintage. You can sell that for
It's a VHS DVD player.
Oh, that's a nice combo.
So,
but I'm even going further than that. I just had a VHS player, period. No combo.
Yeah, I had one of those too.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Anyways, that's a good one.
So what's the last, just so-called last question that you got?
All right.